What started as a class presentation on the media's effect on youth self-image for MTSU college students Tasha DeRegis, Meredith Smalls, and David Playtez in their Women's Leadership and Studies Communication class turned into an idea to make the project into something big and present it to middle school students. Their professor, Dr. Janet McCormick, believed in their idea and knew that this project needed to be heard and help the students to be able to present at a local middle school.
Particular age group, and present to that age group the research on, did you know the impact of media on your self-esteem and on your eating behaviors, appearance issues, and so forth as you grew older. And so they put their PowerPoints together, they put their presentation together, and went from school to school to see who would let them come in and conduct such a project.
The concept of the presentation was simple, an hour-long interactive campaign on how the media negatively affects their self-image with well-researched statistics and a speaker who had been impacted by the media's pressures on how to look. Their hopes are to reach the children at such an impressionable age so they could be more aware of what's going on around them.
On this.
Her pageant pics.
Just like we can just scatter.
The group met weekly in preparation for presenting their campaign to 130 students at a local middle school.
Right now we're in a stage where we've kind of pulled everything together. We're just basically practicing and perfecting our PowerPoint and kind of working out the kinks. So we're going to present pretty soon.
They were just hoping for everything to go well, and they just wanted their message to resonate with students.
It's going to have a powerful impact on students today, and I hope that they understand and love what we're trying to do.
Their professors stood by them and encouraged them to stick strong to their concept.
Our professors actually provided us with a little bit of support, and she's actually told us, she's helped us with giving us information on what we need to explain to the middle schoolers, but more than anything, she's just watched and she's checked all our information.
Dr. McCormick was impressed with their effort and saw this turning into something big that would change how the next generation could see the media.
To get a solution out in the community. So they did. They gave their heart and soul trying to get this particular solution going, and they did a lot of legwork.
But the group encountered their first obstacle. The middle school wanted to change the concept of the campaign into a presentation about eating healthy and not address anything about media or self-image. The school believed that the students were too young to learn how the media could impact them.
The fact that media negatively influences young girls to feel negatively about themselves or young men to feel negatively about themselves. She wanted us to focus on eating healthy and exercising right. She said we weren't allowed to use words like anorexia or bulimia. We weren't allowed to use the word body dysmorphia. We weren't allowed to give statistics. We weren't allowed to give actual weights that people got down to that were really unhealthy. We weren't allowed to explain the gritty details that middle schoolers deserve to know.
But the group and Dr. McCormick decided to stay strong and not change the way they had made the campaign.
So no, we didn't want to change the content because it was well researched, particularly for that age group. So we just had to find the right audience that was going to say yes to the project.
The middle school had a problem with the facts presented and believed them to be negative. What they meant by that was that eating disorders were addressed and photos were used to show how images in magazines were photoshopped to make the models look thinner and in their eyes better. The group is not letting this one obstacle stop them, and their hard work has not gone unnoticed. They are working on getting their campaign heard by working with outside organizations that children and preteens are a part of.
We need to do something about it. There needs to be a program for young girls, young boys to see what the media is doing to them so that we can stop it eventually. It's just like the same as DARE or sex education. It might even be a little more mild. I mean, if we're allowed to learn about drugs in middle school, we're allowed to learn about sex in middle school, why can't we learn about what the media is doing to us in middle school? Why can't we learn about the negative impacts of looking at people who are completely unattainable or unreal? Why can't we learn about that kind of stuff?
I found 3 girls I like.
You found 3 girls you like?
They're very pretty.
Okay, so why don't you hold it up and show the camera which girls you picked.
Dresses, I like this one, and this one, and this one. And I like how they're styled. Well, I think the whole body.
The whole body? And so what do you mean by that?
I mean, you're pretty.
Oh, thank you.
She has shiny teeth, and she's very fashionable, and she's very pretty.
And you said you felt like you wanted to wear makeup. Why is that?
Well, because I kind of wanted to cover my freckles.
Why? I love your freckles.
Thank you.
You need to show them off more. Okay?
Just showing that it's just getting worse and worse. The statistics for the young people in the American culture are just doing more and more harm to themselves at earlier ages due to the impact of media. And so we have to work on self-esteem and confidence and so forth at an earlier age. As a college professor, I see what students are doing, when they're 18, 19, 20 years old, and thought, gosh, if we can reach that group earlier in life, what a different group we'd have on the college campus then as well. And so I think that's what education has shown us, is that the earlier you can start with social problems like this, the better we can address them.